Greetings, listeners and viewers. Your host for the night, Zach, here introducing you to Spacers Redux, a sci-fi podcast by Twisted Gears Studios. If you're a fan and wish to support, visit our merch shop and Ko-fi page where members get extra content, fireside chats, and discounts on merch and more. Otherwise, a like, comment, sub, or review in your podcast app of choice is always helpful. We even have another dice raffle. For each month, subscribers are in the Creative Collaborator tier, and up your name goes into a hat that we will pull a winner from at the end of the arc for the dice that I've been using to mess with our players. But for now,
Last left the crew, the pirate vessel has been stopped, and Hov's shore saved. The Spacers now update the ship and begin the next phase of their plan.
you guys were going to be doing some resource management. You have, about 10 days here on Hov's shore to shore up your affairs.
I see what you did there.
You have at least 560
I refuse.
60 points of scrap.
Hey!
For a different amount of days you're willing to give up scrapping the pirate ship, you can increase the amount of scrap you have, but then you take away from the amount of days you have to spend the scrap to upgrade the ship.
Oh, and also we'll do each thing one at a time because, like I said, if we roll really well, we could do it in less time, and it give us more time for something else.
Correct.
Great.
Yeah. So, amongst yourselves, what would you like to spend the next day doing? How do you want to buy things, prep yourselves for the fight to come?
Okay, so as
Potential fight.
if people want to go rally the townsfolk or do whatever, everyone other than me would probably be much better at that. But on day one, I'm thinking of, we don't have a sensor array ship system,
Correct.
right? So I'm thinking of adding a sensor array ship
Good idea.
system at a D6. And that would be a 1 day cost of 35 scrap. And during that day, if people have stuff they want to do in town, because me and Tim can work on getting that adjustment done. So that way it's not just die roll. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, for a D6, if we were working on it, you roll. It might be less than a full day.
Yeah, so we can just, if you want, we can just roll that first to see if it takes the full day or not.
We can do that.
Or
like
I might be able to do it now because I roll poorly, and then it takes another day to do it.
Yeah.
And with another roll. Okay, fair enough.
So why don't we just let's for the sake of everybody else at the table, let's just roll the first day's worth of stuff.
Okay, so I'm adding a D8 for Tim.
Okay. Now remember, if you're willing to spend the scrap as well, our resident android can kind of just take on a D6 amount of stuff on his own and also do that as well.
Okay, so to be working on two things at once.
You can work on two things at once. Yeah, so he will only work at a regular pace. You just give him the scrap and he will do it. But you have the possibility of being able to accelerate your own timeline.
How about I have him do the 1 day sensor for 35 scrap.
Okay, done. You have a D6 sensor.
And that day, me and Tim are working on making functional communicators for us all.
Yeah.
Ah. Okay, cool.
Does that make sense? Cool.
Yeah.
So, once again, D8 for Tim.
Okay. Before you roll.
Sure.
Did we also want to talk about what we were going to change these to?
Oh, yes. You want to adjust some of the distinctions on the ship. I'm cool with that. I think it was hunga burning junk or whatever.
Yeah.
Burning love.
You change that to
Thick hull.
thick hull.
Thick hull.
Yeah, thick hulled. She's not big. She's just got a thick hull. So that's good.
And that was specifically...
That's for
Damage resistance.
damage resistance.
She's chunky. She's not very elegant. Not very maneuverable, but chunky. And then you were changing...
Home Sweet Home. Could still be Home Sweet Home.
Yeah.
But for...
That boosts.
Boosts healing when you're
yes.
at home.
Crew healing.
Great. Cool. Super easy. Done.
And then the temporal adept.
And we're
Also
just, yeah,
allow us-
more so it's for helping out for things that have to do with either time travel or for any scanning. So technically I should have had Deantha use this for when she was looking at the Poison Planet because that's technically the ship has not been there, but technically it has been there. So for things like that, you get a D8 added to it because the ship is weird.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to make
Nope.
sure that was clear.
That's fair. There are people that like hearing all of the mechanical stuff, so this is for you.
Yeah.
That being said, so you want to take care of communicators.
Yes.
Basic communicators, kind of the idea?
We're just whatever proper good communicators for us as a party.
Okay. So here's how we're gonna do this. Because you kind of just generate scrap as a character for one of your abilities, right?
Yeah, I have almost everything's built. Even I have the construct special effects under jury, everything else.
Yeah. So mechanically speaking, just to kind of keep things consistent and fair, you can just spend scrap to make them.
Okay.
And not even really take up checks to do it. Just because you have the resources, you just spend the resources to do it. It'll take time, but I'm not going to get you to roll for them. But you can also, if you just want to use not spend scrap and just do it yourself with your own resources, I'll have to get you to roll for each one.
Oh, each specific communicator.
Just otherwise, it kind of, or we could just say that you do one a day. Right? You're not going to sit, unless you spend a whole day making like 5 or 6 communicators.
Yeah, because I was thinking of that first day where the android is going to do the sensor.
Yeah.
That full day,
You're gonna take
Tim are making communicators.
So you're going to spend the whole day. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to spend scrap to do it.
How much scrap would it cost to do it?
It'll cost 35 per D6 level communicator.
Okay. I think I'm...
Now, keeping in mind, you already made a D8 one. And we're going to keep that one.
Okay. What would be the difficulty to make a D8 communicator?
11 D8s. That would be the difficulty.
So I'd have to roll 11d8 4 times.
Yeah.
And it's all one day, though.
Yeah, you could do that in all one day.
Yeah, because otherwise...
If you roll good. If you roll bad... Yeah, because
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, because it takes time to do it. It's like a research block, like 4 hours basically to do a single one.
Yeah.
So obviously it would take a whole day just to do that with that time, right?
I can look at making 4 communicators.
Well, because the D8s would be 140 scrap
Yeah.
apiece.
Now, if you're making it, it costs less.
Yeah, but I mean, if I was going to have them do it because it's a D8, maybe the rest of us would just have D6s then.
Yeah.
But I'd still have to make them because it's 35 times 4, right?
140.
Well, for you making them, it's 20.
Ew.
Only costs 20 because you're rolling. Now, and because, remember, you have an ability that, like, generates scrap, right?
Yeah, but...
Cool with that being a once-a-day thing, so you can take off one of those for free.
Okay, fair enough.
So basically 20 times 3. So 60 scrap, you can build 4 D6 communicators with checks.
And I guess if Tim is always staying in the engine room, he doesn't need one.
Well, he's going to work with me to do it because we're going to do this
Yeah,
thing.
but that's why you're only making 4.
You don't need to make one for Tim, is what she's saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to make one for Tim?
Yeah, I want one for
Okay, so
Okay,
you're gonna make 5.
Okay.
But you're going to pay for 4, so it's only 80 scrap.
Okay, so I'm going to make them because it's a lot. It is cheaper.
Yep.
Significantly cheaper.
Absolutely.
Okay, so do I need to roll this 5 times?
No, I'm going to get you to roll it once, and we'll just apply it for all of it. It's fine.
Okay, I rolled 1-1. Oh, well, sorry. You need to tell me. Oh, it's 11d8?
11d8.
So I'm dealing with a 12, and because of my construct ability, 12d12.
Whew.
Nice.
Because I get the upgrade.
Well,
Yeah.
I get the
That's nice.
step up effect die when constructing, and I added a d6.
Well done.
12d12. So you meet the score, so great. But d12s, I will say that you may, so at the cost of d6s, they're all d8 communicators.
Yeah.
Okay, and I get to mark off because I made, they're 20 each, and because I made 5, it's 100 scrap.
Correct. Yeah, so just knock off 100 scrap. All of you can put in your equipment inventory that you have a d8 communicator.
And Tim does.
And Tim. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
So that is the first day. But is there anything the rest of you wanted to be doing that day?
Yes, that's your day.
I'm done.
Yeah,
Me and
absolutely.
Tim's done.
What else are you going to do?
I would like to construct a splint just in case we need it for the future.
Do you have either a crafting skill
That was a really good idea.
or a some kind of
should
medical
keep this.
skill that would help with creating?
Pharmaceutical?
I would
first
allow
aid.
you to use that to create med packs and splints. Yeah, sure.
Okay, and that would be, could it be intelligence because it's using
Yes,
smarts
100%
for that?
would be. Yeah.
I don't think I have anything else. Medical pack, would that help me because of
No,
supply?
because you're trying to make
That's
an
right.
item. That's for healing a person.
No, that's fair. Yeah, it's basically just
That's it. So I would say try to aim for D6 item, 7d6.
76.
Yeah.
8d8.
8d8 is enough to make a d6 splint.
Yep. Perfect.
Nice. Well done.
There we go.
There you go. Sweet.
There was something else you were saying earlier you wanted to do?
I wanted to go into town back to my little hut.
Okay, so you spend the morning making another splint item, so you have that just in case for another complication that goes awry.
Yep.
Do you want to go by yourself or with somebody?
Does anybody want to come with me? I can go by myself.
I'm not doing anything.
Oh, well, yes. Why don't you come and see where I live? Duh.
Is there anything you can do in the morning before going with Cliptech, or are you just kind of chilling?
I'm just kind of chilling, helping if anyone needs any help with anything, but they seem to be working on small, complicated things.
So the two of you together are going to kind of start wandering out towards the outskirts of town. It's exactly where you remember it. There's like this little ramshackle hut on the edge of where the sand starts to go from rigid to a little silty.
This is really little.
I mean, I didn't need much when I was living here. I wasn't exactly trying to live the high life. I was hiding.
How long were you here for?
Oh, God, I think I was there for like fucking 30 years or something. Bullshit. I can't remember.
How long is a bug's life?
Take a plot point.
Well done.
I was there for a very long time. I lost track of time. I mean, I ran away when I was in my youth, and I just wanted to live under the rain. I mean, you know.
Man, I ran away when I was in my youth, and I joined
Yes,
the pirate crew.
but I was hiding from the bitch queen matriarch there.
Bitch queen.
True.
Anyway, I'm going to open up my...
Describe to us what your hovel looks like.
So I have like a little tiny bed in the corner, but most of it is like drawings on the wall, like colorings and everything, because there's not much to do there.
Pretty.
I've got a little tiny little kitchen, like more like a hot plate probably in the corner with a bunch of tea kettles and like tea, and that's where I'm going for. I'm going to restock my tea because it's all been lost.
I'm carrying I'm going to say I'm carrying a box. Like just an empty cardboard box.
Sure.
Sure. All right. So I'm going to put all my teas in there. But there is one thing I would like to grab, and what it is I'm going to go under my bed, and I'm going to say there's a loose floor panel. And I'm going to go into it, and I'm going to pull out a scrap of cloth. And the reason it's important to me is it belonged to an important character of mine, Tactic, who was my parental figure, for lack of a better word, on that planet when we were under control of the matriarch. And the reason I'm going to grab it is because I didn't have the chance to last time, and it literally is the last thing I have of this person.
What, was this a scarf?
Just a piece of cloth. It could have been probably like he was living in hovel, essentially.
Yeah.
But whatever was left of.
No, Clippy. This is really, really sweet. Tactic's not still there, is he?
Oh no, he died quite a while ago. Under the matriarch, essentially.
Yeah. Is there anyone you would want us to try to get out of there?
There's no one I would know. There is no one I would know. My friends turned against me when I left. I essentially am by myself. I came here.
Did they kick you out? What happened?
I ran away.
Yeah.
I ran away. It was an awful place, and I've done awful things. Well, you've seen what I am capable of, and that is something I've tried to run away from. But I obviously still have those things that are available to me, those skills that I've tried to rectify by being a healer, essentially, instead of causing damage, trying to heal it. But
Was Tactic the one who taught you to heal?
yeah, he was the one that taught me to heal, and then the matriarch was the one who basically tried to eviscerate all of that knowledge and replace it with harm. But that was all, unfortunately, that was all in the past, and the past seems to be biting me in the ass this time around. But we'll confront. I'll have a chance to confront and
stop her.
goes. Well, I mean, if I'll die trying, essentially, to stop her.
Well,
But
I'll make sure you don't.
oh well, I appreciate that.
If we do kill her, what will happen to all the other bugs that she's controlling right now?
I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't even know fully how I even escaped. I know Tactic was involved with it.
Because she was controlling you.
Through torturous methods, but yes. But yeah, that's all. And anyway, I'm going to take the little scarf and I'm going to put it in my little arm compartment because it's the safest place for it to be.
Okay.
And it is going down memory lane. It is causing a little bit of pain because it was all just painful for Cliptic. And right now Cliptic is gone to get tea, which is the happy place, essentially. Maybe grab a couple drawings off the walls that was favorites of mine. And
What's this one?
Go on. Describe it to me.
Wait, I'm like the one, whichever one you just recently grabbed off the wall, and I'm grabbing teapots and putting them in the box.
It was the first time I was able to think as an individual. I could color whatever I want, so I thought, flowers could be, green all over.
Especially out here.
I mean, there's no green. I didn't really have a reference. But anyway, but yeah, that's just quickly going and then just kind of, hobbling
That's
back
nice.
to the ship, maybe saying hi to the sheriff as we go by. And,
Okay.
yeah.
So normally I'd give you 2 plot points for 2 different things that happened there.
Mm-hmm.
However, being that you grabbed a piece of cloth, and normally, mechanically speaking, it would cost you 2 plot points to do this. Rather instead that we just make that cloth an asset that you can keep forever
Sure.
until it's destroyed or removed from you.
Sure.
You can mark down a signature asset of Tactics sleeve, scarf, whatever it is. Label it whatever you'd like.
Now it's going to be a Clippy 3.
Well, thanks, Clippy. This is really
If
cool.
you would like,
Is that a D6?
it's a D6. But if you would like, I would be cool if you were to spend some time later. If you want to weave it into your scarf,
Yes.
we can upgrade your scarf to a D8 with it instead of having 2 D6.
That would be awesome, actually.
Yeah.
Can we do
So
that?
if you take some time later, we'll make a check later.
I'll just leave it written here until that's done.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, it counts as like sentimental. Not scrap, sentimental resources
Yeah, cool.
to upgrade your scarf.
Cool. Yeah, sounds good to me.
That's nice.
Laurel's being extra careful with the box and just sort of very gently setting it.
You take a plot point for helping out with that. Diantha and or Greg, but maybe two will be separate. Who knows? We'll start with Diantha. What are you going to be working on?
Well, I'm probably not any help with the mechanical stuff, but we have no furniture. So I would like to go and get some furniture.
Yeah, you can spruce up the place. That's awesome.
Okay. Greg, you doing anything? Are you going to help out with that or do your own thing?
I'm still losing fur over here.
I'm probably gonna do my own thing.
Okay, so we'll come to you in a sec then. Diantha, how do you plan on fixing the furniture situation?
I imagine there's no furniture outlets. Okay?
Actually, I will say that the pirate ship has some furniture on it.
Hey!
I'll just take the time to lug it over
Okay.
our ship.
I want you to describe for me what it is you're hoping to find, what you're looking for, and then I'm going to roll and see how close to it you get.
I think just like basic
Actual
table.
chairs.
Maybe a couch. We'll see.
Okay.
Just like things to sit on that aren't cardboard boxes. Things that we can play card games on and stuff like that.
I won't get you to roll for it. You are able to find. So when you go into the pirate vessel, the first thing that you come across, you kind of start from the bow of the ship and work your way towards the aft, and you look in the living quarters. First things first, improved bedding.
Nice.
So you can find improved bedding to all these places. It doesn't have a mechanical benefit. It's
Yeah, it
just
doesn't
now
look good.
from paper sheets. You now have actual
Blankets.
blankets.
We made it.
At least you don't sleep in hammocks, so you're good in that regard. You might need some help with this, but you do find that in the living area there is, now they have like a table bolted into the ground, so you'd have to unscrew it and remove it, but you could ship it out and then just instead of having cardboard boxes for a table, you can bolt it into your floor in the meteor. So that's also an option. Couple of mag foot chairs that you can unfold and they will just and they'll link down to the floor so they don't go flying around when the ship gets knocked unless it's super egregious. We can also find there's some kitchen utensils as well that you're able to find. Actually, I will get you to roll me something. So if you can roll your alertness and some kind of searching skill.
I
See
could
just how much you're able to
I have
find.
navigation or deduction.
At least use your D6 perception, maybe.
Yeah, it would be under perception. So if you've
Yeah.
got just perception, just take that.
I have clean and organized things maybe.
Yes, you can add that to this. That 100% would make sense, wouldn't it?
And
Okay. And just how high up the scale you go is how much good shit you find.
76.
7d6 is 76. Okay. So it's gonna be a lot of basic stuff, but more than what you currently got. Super easy. Yeah. Most of the kitchenware is not exactly much better than what you've got. They're just pirates. They just kind of like threw shit into a pot and that was it.
So ramen.
Yeah, a lot of instant ramen.
Yeah. There is like a couch that wraps around a corner. It's not quite the same shape as yours, so you might lose a little bit of space by transposing it in, but you just unbolt it from the floor and you could bolt it into your floor. There you go. I guess you have like a little bit of a compartment behind it to stash stuff because you have like square corners. This is a rounded couch, so not a perfect fit, but you'll make it work.
Better than no couch.
Yep.
I'll spend whatever left of the day sanitizing it all.
That's a good idea. Yeah. And I'll say that's basically it.
Okay.
So, already really good stuff. Okay. Greg, what are you up to?
Greg wants to go on to the pirate warship, and I'm gonna go through the living quarters. I'm gonna, go through their underwear drawers.
When we search check.
So while I'm at a table by myself, you're like in a sock drawer?
Yeah.
Hey,
Next
wait till
door?
tomorrow. I
I'm
can
going down.
here.
I'm going down
We'll have a moment.
to
Oh,
what's his
it's funny
name
here.
to Beetlejuice's like living quarters, his bedroom, and I'm gonna go through all of their shit.
Yeah, anything you can't carry, you can save for tomorrow, and I'll carry it. Okay.
Alertness and search.
Under perception?
Yeah,
Search should be in.
I got a D6 perception.
Yeah.
Nice.
Can I use my scouting for this?
Yeah, 100%. That makes sense to me.
All right.
Amazing. Amazing. We're going to have a funny moment in a moment here.
Oh. I have an 8d4. And I did roll a 1.
Okay. So you don't find much, which is surprising. Yeah, you find there's already the bedding has already been removed. You're like, oh, what the fuck? By the time you get in here, but I'll say that
I want their personal effects.
you find some trinkets, a little miniature of the ship that you've got that you're on is in Beauregard's quarters.
Okay, Captain Picard. Dream big.
You find some clothes, like just
Lots of underwear.
lots of underwear, basic stuff.
Oh, there are pirates.
The underwear just lasts.
Listen, it's not worse than mine.
Religious underwear.
Poor mine.
Joke.
Yeah, that's a stupid joke. Yeah, with an 8d4, yeah, basically any basic items you can find. There you go. At the best, at most, you can use it as, crafting material for sewing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Or just wear it.
You're gonna make me something out of pirate underwear. Cover up my fucking things.
We'll see. So there is going to be a moment at one point where Diantha, you're just kind of dragging a larger construct out, and as you're passing the last door before heading on down towards the cargo bay, the door opens up and Greg is just standing there with a pile of barely folded drawers.
You've been here the whole time?
Well, like, in the general area, yeah.
But like on the ship? You've been here on the ship the whole time?
Not the whole time, like, but like, the general underwear, yeah.
Underwear, yeah.
What?
Thing.
Wait. Take this for me, would you? When I put underwear on.
I smack it off. I just cleaned that. Do not put that on there. I just bleached that whole couch.
God, you're so touchy.
You take this for me.
Wash those clothes before you bring them on the ship.
Theirs are mine.
All of it.
Oh my lord. All right.
Jesus Christ.
Day 2. And I'm going to do it. I got to describe this before, so Bailey, just so you're in on it. I'm going to not try to keep the games I run. I tend to go like minute to minute to minute, which is ridiculous. No wonder we never get anything done. So I'm going to like kind of assume a default that we're going to bypass time to the next thing unless somebody calls it, I would like to do this thing, please. So, but being that, Flint, you're going to have primary control over how the days are spent because you're the one that's spending the resources and kind of, being a factor in how they're spent. So you've done a day of making communicators. What else would you
And the
like
sensor
to
array.
do?
Yeah, we paid to do the sensor.
Yeah, you pay for the sensor array. What else you want to do with your scrap?
Okay.
Time.
Okay, so for the next 3 days, unless I roll well to knock down the time period, I'm going to work on upgrading the shields from a D6 to D8, if that makes sense to everybody. Because I want to make sure that, if that makes sense to everybody.
Yeah.
And then while I'm doing that, paying I don't know, you need to tell me how much this costs to repair our hull points. Because we have damage to our hull.
You sure do.
It was,
So we
It's
can
going to
pay.
cost you 10 scrap. It's going to cost you 15 scrap per hull point.
60. Oh, it's 6 hull points?
Yeah.
I've got 4, so I'm going with you.
So
You're
it's
keeping
90.
better track.
So it's 90.
90.
Yeah, it was 6.
So he'll take the day to get rid of your hull points. That
Okay.
scrap.
And then I'll start this. I'll have to roll to see how many days it takes, but I want to start working on
Yep.
upgrading.
And that'll cost you up to a D8.
Yes.
Okay, so it'll cost you 60.
Okay.
Would it be helpful for you to have other people helping you?
Well, I have Tim helping me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I should ask,
I
does
don't.
anyone have any
No.
craft, mechanical?
My craft is only the barrier thing. I have a D6 craft, and then my specialty is the barriers.
Yeah.
But the D6 is still applicable. So craft would be applicable here. So you can offer D6 if you're giving up your day to help.
No, I'm not.
No.
That's fair. Totally fine.
I think it's. I have.
I have something else I'm going to do.
11 D8.
I rolled 1-1. 11. I can't beat it by 5. But because I do, I have that construct thing where I upgrade the effect die. I get a 14d12.
What?
I rolled 1-1.
This is okay.
But but look, like I rolled an 8 on a D8, a 6 on a D8, a 7 on a D10.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And you get to upgrade.
12?
And I got to upgrade. I get to upgrade the effect die when constructing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Step up effect die. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
You could do one of two things.
sure.
Get one. So
Yeah, look,
you can do one more thing this day at a reduced cost, or your shields can be up one step.
To bring it to a D10.
So it does say here it's going to take 3 days. So it'll still take.
Sorry, no. So, yeah, that's right. It's 3 days. So for a D8 thing, so you can either so in the 3 days you can either make that shield a D10, or take half the time to do it, and have a reduced cost for whatever you're going to spend the rest of that time working on.
I believe we should go straight for the D10.
Yes.
Because it's so prohibitively expensive.
It's prohibitively expensive.
Yeah. So I will take those full 3 days
There you go.
and we'll make the shield a D10.
Now remember, because part of that is you can reallocate those points
Yep.
as your system goes too, right? So
That's amazing.
That's exactly what I was.
that's crazy.
Like, at the very least, I'm glad there was a choice, because at the very least I was hoping if I can make it 2 days, then I get the extra day. Because I'm trying to look at the management of it, because
Yeah.
it tickles my organizational needs.
Oh, I know.
But then you all had 3 days. It depends on if we want to just move on to the next thing, or if there's something else.
Yeah. What would the rest of you want to take 3 days doing, if anything? You can also just chill.
Can I do that web weaving thing of the cloth into my scarf?
Give me a craft check,
Oh
please.
crap! I don't have that.
You can roll a
It's a
d4.
D4.
So I'll take your intelligence.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Can I have a quick question, though? If you were making something just under a role-playing need that you're not planning to turn into a signature asset, but just for...
For peace sake, I would get you to roll for it.
There would be no role.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah,
good.
there's no mechanical benefit. We're not going to get you to roll for it.
But Okay, cool. No, I just figured I'd ask.
Yeah. The only time I ask you to roll, even if it is an RP thing, I ask to roll just in case maybe you do find something of a mechanical benefit.
Yeah.
Right? So like go dig it through the underwear drawer, like it was just for show. But I had you roll for it just in case maybe you found like a D6 communicator in there or some other kind of useful item.
But if you were just going to make something for RP purposes only, it's fine.
Yeah.
Perfect. I just
Like
wanted
the
to
couch.
clarify. Yeah,
Like the
I just
couch.
wanted to clarify.
Again, that was just to see if you found more stuff. But wasn't going to take away the basics.
Can I use? It's a distinction. Home is where the heart is because it's comforting. That we're putting it together.
Yeah, you can.
Cool.
That makes perfect
All right,
sense.
so it's a D4 and 2 D8s is what I'm.
So before you roll, you already have a D6. The scarf's already a D6, right?
Oh, can I add that into that too? Yes, it's already a D6. Yes.
Yeah, so to upgrade it, it is going to be an 11d8. But you can add the d6 from the item you're going to use to carve into it.
Okay. No once.
Don't forget that you can spend a plot point if you want to add 3.
Or a hero die.
Or a hero die.
Oh, I have a hero die. Can I roll a hero
You
die?
want to burn a plot point?
Sure.
You have a
But yeah.
ton of them. Might as well.
So,
Because I could either have a 12
you need,
D6.
you needed an 11 D8. Right?
I need an 11 D8.
So,
And the D8 is critical. You really want to meet that.
so take that.
What's the 3 of them?
If you're going to spend a plot point anyway,
Yeah.
I would spend it to add these 3 together, and you.
And then I'll have
exactly-
11
you-
D8.
You
Yeah,
have
okay.
Exactly, and then you save your hero.
Okay, then
Save
I
your
will.
hero die.
All right, that's what I'll
Because
do.
you can always roll a 1 on the hero die.
That's right.
Cool. So,
Done that. It sucks.
Of course you have.
now, what I'm going to get you to do
Okay.
is now, even though it's a signature asset, you've now exceeded past d6 on it. So you have a gear effect section on your sheet.
Okay.
Feel free to put it, have one of those gear effect areas now as your scarf, because it's now a magical implement. For every die level that an item has, you can have that many S effects applied to that item. So a 6 and an 8. So now, for future augments, you can add special effects to your scarf that could influence your casting abilities. So you could
Okay.
go through. So on your, so let me move
Yeah,
on.
I'm-
You just need.
Yeah, that's
you
fine.
just need another slot. That's all.
Magical scarf pin. So we'll just need another slot for
Yeah,
it, right?
yeah, that's the thing.
you could put this somewhere else. Or put that. No, that somewhere else. That's
Okay.
never gonna get any better.
Okay.
So you could put your scarf here per se,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, technically even your magical scarf pin. But for for an item like this, so armor already has an SFX on it. Your scarf can get an SFX.
Okay.
And your scarf pin and your scarf can have 2 SFXs because it's a D8.
Okay.
So something that you can look forward to modifying.
Okay.
If you had succeeded and not gotten the effect die, I would have only allowed you to pick a special effect now, and you wouldn't have gotten it as a D8.
Okay.
Okay. And so you burnt a plot point to do that, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so let me mark
correct.
that off. That your
Or no, that's gonna be gone.
adoring fans. Fantastic. Welcome to shopping episode.
This is great. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it gets you to do all that stuff, right? And a reminder, so XP, just in case anyone, this is a philosophy I've got about this game. I don't know if I've shared it with everybody on camera before. The way this game works is because XP is so slow, player progression as far as XP is super slow. So resources and money is how you have an additional way to manage your characters, but anything you spend money on, I can take from you.
Yeah.
Spend XP on it, I can't take it from you.
Yeah.
That's in case anyone was curious about how that works. So that's how Cliptic's going to spend the day, sewing a new fabric into a scarf. Anyone else going to be doing anything other than RPing for the next 3 days?
I have something I'm gonna do. Like, it'll probably take time over the days, but it might be useful for us. And it crosses over with a small RP thing.
Okay, so if it is RP stuff, what I'm going to do, we're going to take the mechanical stuff and get it out of the way for the 10 days, figuring out where everyone has and how much time they have to do stuff, and then we'll do all the RPing at the end and keep it nice and concise, so we're not spending the next 4 sessions doing this 10-day thing. But if it's not mechanically speaking, it's RP stuff.
Basically, it'll take me like 10 seconds to describe the RP part.
Sure, what are
Set
you
up
gonna do?
what I'm going to
What are
do
you-
to help us. Are you okay with Greg having a Polaroid camera?
Yes.
Okay. So
think that's a good idea.
Greg is going to spend the morning putting together something. And he's going to take that something and his Polaroid camera, and he's going to go and find our Captain Beetlejuice.
It's locked up in your cargo.
He locks up in our...
I have a gift for you. It's something you might potentially need in the future.
And I'm going to give him a little white surrender flag that is a stick with a pair of his underwear tied to it.
I love
And
this.
then, when he looks directly at me, I'm going to
Right was faster.
take a Polaroid. And then I'm going to take that Polaroid, I'm going to go into town to the sheriff's office. And I'm going to see if the sheriff can help me while they're doing their mechanical things to see if
That's a
there's a
smart
bounty
role, I
on
think.
this man.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Which, if that stuff takes 3 days, then, I mean, going through...
Yeah, but it's just pure role playing. There's
That's
no
so
mechanical thing.
Actually, I will do a mechanical thing for it to see how much you. Let's see what the bounty is on stuff.
Yeah.
Or what benefits you can get from him. So I will get you to roll for me.
Wonder if Diantha should be there too, just to have a political eye on it as well.
Yeah.
Up to
It's up to you.
You can. I'll just be there in the back.
It could be Diantha follows me because she doesn't trust me to be in town by myself.
Yeah, I think I see you with the camera and I go, that can't be good.
Okay. So amongst the two of you, I will need an intelligence roll,
You have intelligence.
some kind of researching ability. So it could be knowledge, it could be comm systems, something along those lines.
Yeah, yours is going to be better than me.
Okay. You will get D6 added to you for the sheriff's computer. It's not exactly robust, but it is something that you can search the network. No, a D8. It'll be a D8 because you're looking specifically for bounties using an officer of the law's computer. So you get an additional database added to it. So add a D8, not a D6 to your check. And anything else you can think of to find out what you can find out about where you can sell this man.
So mean.
Dingus.
That's all I got.
I don't know.
D10, D68.
Okay. The higher up the scale you go, the more information
I
I'll
don't
give
think my talent will...
you. What talent?
It's the lucky talent. That wouldn't help us out here.
What does it do?
Or, the lucky talent is the one where,
If I'm rolling, you get a benefit?
yes, so the knack was the environmental one, and the one for you is I can add a D8 to your crisis pool when you're, like, rolling.
Cool. I will say that I will, if you're being lucky about this, I think it applies, that higher up the scale you go, but I will reduce how high basically I'll reduce the effect of the effect die.
I'll just double check to make sure, see if I need to spend the plot point to do it, which I have one, so.
Well, I'm going to double check that real quick. Bailey's like, I want to roll dice!
Charging them
So
up.
we got an
Charge 'em up,
attribute,
charge 'em
a
up.
skill, a distinction.
Yep.
Yeah.
Any power sets you think?
Is there any
in here?
power sets that would work?
Yeah, my power set wouldn't. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
I don't have to spend
I like this too.
spend the thought
It's
point.
all about helping other people.
When it's a bit-
Nice.
They get
Yeah.
others.
Well, I was just. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all for helping people.
Yeah. Especially.
And I'm rolling. Okay, ready?
Let's see. What do you got?
Oh.
Oh, nice.
14 D6.
14 D6.
Or 10d10, which would be better. Right? Is that
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
10d10 would be better.
Okay, 10 D10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, so the challenges are 3, 7, 11, and 15, and 19. So if you're not going to get anything higher than, if you're not going to exceed by 15, then anything between 11 and 15 is the same.
Yeah.
So the higher effect die is better.
Okay.
So 10.
So always refer back to, so on your second
The-
sheets,
The rule helper.
yes, on your second sheet there's a rule helper that shows the scale of difficulty. That's what I always base everything off of. So you can always know if you're trying to make a knowledge check, that's the number there. But I will reduce the requirement of the effect die because of the lucky ability,
Yeah. Okay.
right? So instead of an 11d8, it's an 11d6, whatever. So if you exceed that by a lot, it's very, 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 very good. So, you get a bit of information on what you can do with Border Guy. Bit number 1. The warden is always looking for people to fill up his cells. He's willing, for Border Guy in particular, he is willing to put out a bounty of 200 credits for a Border Guy.
Who is? Oh, that's
Warden. Warden's willing to put out 200 credits for Border Guy. Yeah, you could probably ransom him off to his own pirate gang. At least for that much, and depending on how well you haggle, you can probably get more out of them. Okay. Now, the Canastian allied planets have had run-ins with this group of pirates before. It's not often, but they do not like him. You could probably get... So there's a different kind of currency that exists for bounties that can be converted into other currencies as well. They would pay no less than 100 bounty points for him. But you could probably convince, given the nature of what he's been stealing, you could probably convince them to let go of him for maybe 240 bounty points.
And then they would like us.
Or we could,
I don't like that.
but we could use it as a bartering chip because we need them.
Do we?
We don't. Well, we had them last time. They were on our side, and it was great.
Oh, if they were on our side last time, yeah.
When you were, because it's been a while since we've done this. When you guys originally arrived at Callus Prime and there was that big fight happening, it was the Canastian allied planets fighters that guided you to the planet, and they were somehow on your side.
Yep.
Yeah, so we need.
Don't recall why or how.
Yeah, so we need to have them on our side to keep it going the same way.
Yep.
So, you may not get as many points. You might get something else.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, but we need them.
Nah.
Otherwise, this all fails.
Jovek does
Also,
suck.
dying sucks doubly more.
The enemy of my enemy is still a douchebag.
True. All right. Anybody else want to do anything for the next 3 days? What's happening?
I'm gonna go gamble, but I'm assuming that's RP, so I can wait.
We can
you're
roll
going
for
to go
that. There's a gambling skill.
I don't have it.
How many credits you got?
None.
None
But I
of us-
want credits because I want to upgrade my weapons. So I want to try and get credits.
I need this. I need to see where this goes.
I'm willing, because it's mostly RPing, so I'm willing to, or presumably, it might not be. It's up to you. I'm willing to wait.
All of us in the
willing to bar
pub.
fight?
All of us
Yes.
in the pub after we finish upgrades.
We could do deduction and help you count cards, maybe.
Are you interested in trying to get credits?
Yes, I would like some credits.
Yeah, because none of us have credits
Yeah.
other than our ship credits.
Okay. So you go to the saloon.
Yeah.
It's a little smoky, but they're putting it back together, and there's a couple of regulars.
Yo.
They seem to be playing a game of cards.
Spying for that.
Well, what do you got? I'm going to offer up to start.
I'm gonna put down a. Oh, No, I don't want to put down my gun.
This is Laura we'll talk about. Why would you put that on a weapon? It's ridiculous.
What else do you have?
I don't have anything. I'm gonna put down.
Make clip it there to like magically make it look.
You saw my stupid stage magic. It
no,
does
that's
not
like
work.
illusion. Make it look like you have money, but not really.
I'm gonna say that I have that I grabbed some before I left. I grabbed something that I thought looked like shiny, but yeah, no, she won't miss it.
You want to take
From Diantha.
You take something from Diantha?
I don't think any of us have money.
Anything that Greg owns is gross.
You mean physical things?
Anything that Clyptic owns I don't want to take because that would make Clyptic sad. And I don't think that Flinch owns anything. So, because all of Flinch's stuff is scrap. So Diantha's the one most likely to own stuff that other people think is good.
Or at least clean.
What do you lose?
Maybe like a hair barrette or a gun.
Maybe like old military pins.
Okay. All right. So you have a box of military pins.
What are these?
They look at you funny. We'll let you play, I guess.
Yeah. Good useful something. There's good metal in there.
Medals.
They look at you funny.
Good medal.
All right. What's your willpower?
That's a D6.
Cool. What's your gambling?
It's a D4.
Grab it.
Okay.
Don't you feel like it's going to be helpful here?
You only live once.
Yes, I have my D8 friends in low places.
Oh.
Scuzzy, this is why I have that, because I fit in well in Scuzzy bars.
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
So if you give me a pop...
I also rolled a 1.
Well, I guess I don't have to worry about giving you a pop point then. Or giving me a pop... Well, whatever.
Yeah, it's
It's a very bad roll.
64.
5d4.
yeah, I mean...
Hey.
It's not a low effect die, so you're still in the game.
Practice round.
Yeah,
Practice round.
Yeah.
Come on.
There's nothing really big. So let's try again.
It's no beginner's luck.
You're not in a good spot.
Willpower set. No, nothing.
No.
Oh, take a strain away.
Oh, okay.
This is how this works. You lose health as you strain as you go.
Sweet.
So your terrifying teeth are intimidating.
Actually, that's true. Can I use that? Can I be intimidating?
Yeah, because you're not, you know what I mean? You're sitting at the table, just think of the old Western movies where there's a guy sitting there like,
I will allow.
Yeah. Thank you for that. That's a good point. This is an excellent point.
Add
Yeah.
4d6.
Well, there's another one. But it is an 8d8. Or sorry, yeah, an 8d8.
yeah. Just luckily.
Okay. So add a d6 to your next check.
Okay.
As you get the upper hand in this, and you deal 4 points of strain damage to this poor bloke.
Okay.
Or to the individuals at the table.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? No, take the d6 out. One of the guys at the table leaves.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Okay.
Let's see what you're dealing
I
with.
rolled a 1.
I did not.
So it's a 4d4.
Oh
Why do I
my.
have 2 d6s? Like I put one in for the thing.
There was terrifying teeth.
One of the worst.
Yeah, practice is B8.
Yeah, you had yellow.
I only rolled 2 dice right now.
Friends in low places. Oh yeah, the six
Willpower.
is the
Willpower.
terrifying tooth. Yeah, okay. Yep.
Willpower, yeah.
Yep. Sweet. Thank you. Sorry. What did you get?
4d4.
10d8.
Yeah.
All in, baby.
Another guy leaves.
Naked.
You and this
I take his drink.
you and this one guy left.
Now it's just you and Drunk Bob.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Or his brother, Scrappy Bill.
This game's gonna go back and forth.
10d4.
Ooh, there's a 1 in there. But it is an 8d6.
You could.
Oh, sorry,
spend-
8d8.
But you could spend a plot point to add all 3, because you only to keep the effect die the same, but you'd match them so neither of you go anywhere.
Well,
No, sorry.
do it this way. So it's 8d8.
8d8.
Right? So you take 2 strain.
Oh yes, that's a.
But you did succeed by a lot, his effect die.
Yeah.
So the third and final guy will leave. And you will actually acquire 90 credits.
Nice.
When you do this, because of the effect die situation, there's another guy that's sitting in the corner of the bar that sees you cleaning the clocks of these guys and goes, "Well, seems like a good... you seem like you're pretty good at this game, no?
Not bad.
They all Russian.
They're all Russian."
You look like you're up for a good game.
This rather large individual just sits down.
Yeah.
Not human.
Okay.
It's kind of like a bear, like an actual...
A literal bear.
So he's Russian.
Anthropomorphic bear. So it's Russian, yeah. An anthropomorphic bear sits and goes,
Yes.
Oh my god. It's so cute.
Boop his nose.
Probably has a big scar down
he's
it.
got a scar on one of his eyes.
Not a very intimidating bear, apparently, to everyone else at this table.
That's fine. Wait until things happen.
I take the
challenge
medals and I put them in my pocket and I just put money down.
Maverick.
Okay.
What? You challenge? I'll take it. I'll see what you got.
Yeah.
9d8.
You could spend a plot point.
Could spend a plot point. I'm going to spend a plot point. And make it 10d8.
So he takes a strain. Kind of like the eye quivers a bit. What the fuck?
It's good. It's a good hand. It's a good hand.
11d8.
You could do
Spend another plot point.
13d8.
What points you have?
Well, that's all the ones that I have.
Okay, takes 2 more strain.
But you can always take it from
You guys are gonna keep going until somebody wins, or until you decide to back out.
Yeah.
Okay, I rolled a 1.
Okay.
So it's 9d4.
That is 12d8.
Yeah. It was the 2 6s rolled 6s.
Okay. So he's gonna lose it.
How a polar bear comes from the.
Still playing,
Yeah.
but he seems whatever intimidating manner he has is lessening as you realize that he is a little concerned.
How
you
much
think we could die.
How much is Laurel up though at this point? Like if she chose to walk away now.
If you chose to walk away now, you would at least walk away with the 90, and you would get an additional 30.
Okay.
So you walk away with
Keep
120.
playing for a while.
Playing?
Yeah, I just figured I'd ask one.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
How much strain are you down by?
3.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Oh, I rolled another 1. God damn it.
Oh, I did not.
Okay. 74.
Would it be
78.
Okay. He's still in it,
Yeah, all right.
but he's not looking good.
Oh, yeah, you beat the effect driver too then, yeah.
I rolled another 1.
I did not.
It's an 8d4.
It's a 10d8.
Just this is you should always be gambling.
This is crazy. So with that, the large Russian bear goes, snorts, slams the table down, stands up, kicks the chair over, and just saunters away.
Hey. Before, as he walks away, I'm gonna like,
Good game.
Good game, man. It's good. It's good. We should play a game sometime. Not now, but like, sometime.
His ego is bruised. You get an additional 120 credits on top of your 90.
On top of the 90.
Yes, on top of the 90 for beating this individual. No one else seems ready to compete with you at this time.
Can I? How many credits would it be to buy that guy a drink?
Like 2.
I'm gonna
A negligible amount.
I'm gonna do that.
Ask you buy him a drink?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna have bear on
No, it's a good game, man.
Spend a plot point?
Huh?
Do you want to spend a plot point?
Sure.
From the
yeah.
pool.
Yeah,
Okay,
from the
spend a
pool.
plot point. This is awesome. Okay. You can note down that Togomi, Toggomi, is a D6 relationship asset you now have. You sit down for the evening, you just chill out with Togomi.
Yeah, he seems like a cool guy.
It takes a little bit of convincing, huh?
Is he just like a straight bear? Does he got clothes on?
Dude, yeah, he's got clothes on. He's got like a leather jacket.
Yeah, he's got a utility belt and
He's got a gun belt on the side, right? Like, yeah, he's got a rifle on the back. He's got like a pack off to the side. Ish.
I asked him about his rifle and where he's coming from and what's he up to.
He's a bounty hunter. And that he just goes around. He didn't even bother. He only was here for he came to the port, as anyone does out here. He came out here for no reason. Just be like, he's one of those those faraway towns sometimes have good stuff. He was gonna leave the next day. He didn't really see any point in anything in this town. He was excited to get caught up in a gunfight yesterday.
Yeah, that was fun,
By
right?
accident, which is why he stayed the extra day in case there was more fun. But he's considering buying out some of the pirates that are in lockup so that he could sell them to the warden.
Nice.
Nice.
Cool.
So yeah, so you get Togomi as a D6 friend in the bounty hunter sphere.
Cool.
That was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. And I'm just sitting there like, she's rolling so good.
Thank you for the hint about.
Oh, I figured I'd throw it to terrified. I wasn't trying to.
It was good.
I just wanted to help because
I appreciate it.
I'll take it. Yeah, you're gonna scare the piss out of people. Fine.
That's why I put that in there. I'm intimidating.
Wicked. Okay.
All right.
How many days in are we now, sir?
We are 4 days in out of 10 to 11 days. I think 10 days is the best way. You know what I mean? To
So
get
we
us
got 6
there.
days. Okay. Is anybody else? Because I think everybody did something that day. Do you want to do anything with the 3-day gap? You just help it out. Okay. Totally fine. What do you want to do next?
So now we're on day 5.
Correct.
Right? To decide. Like we just finished it.
Yep.
Okay. There's not much. I do have a quick question. On day 2, I got the droid and paid him to go do fix the hull.
Yep.
And then there were still 2 more days that we could have paid him to do something. But because...
You could pay him on every day if you have enough scrap.
Yeah, so for every day... So the funny thing is, if I had him scrap the pirate ship, it costs 35 to get him to scrap it, and then...
No. To get him... If you want him, instead of you, to start scrapping the pirate ship, the amount that you get is just what you get. It's a lesser amount than you would get because he already takes his pay off of it.
Oh, okay.
So you just have him for a day get scrap from the pirate ship for you. Then he doesn't get, and you don't get extra, you don't get free resources on your ship out of him, but he will give you scrap.
Okay.
If he does that.
And it would be 35 scrap per day.
Yes.
Okay. So for the 2 days after he does the hull, I'll just get him to scrap 70 credits worth of scrap.
If you get him to do 3 days, you get 140.
I'll get him to do the 3 days. I got it, man. Yeah, I'll get him to do the 3 days. So now
So then he didn't do the sensor array?
No. On the first day, he did the sensor array.
We're moving forward.
Got it.
Day 2, he did.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We're moving forward.
Okay. So I'll get him to do that for 3. Because I know he's on... He's on day 5. He's finishing day 5 to this. Okay, I got to figure it out. And we get 140 scrap back.
Yep.
That's fine.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So what are you going to do for the next 3 days where you don't have him work on anything?
So day 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so...
Resource management, the mini game. It's half of what TTRPGs are, let's be honest.
It costs too much. I'm going to go ahead, and I think the best next step is to try to build the sensors to a D8 or the lock-on to a D8, because something we forgot to
So we could also add, if you wanted to add a thing for cyber warfare, and you were also talking about you wanted to upgrade the med bay. And we could also potentially add as an additional item an additional gun. And then we would have an additional dice to roll when we're firing on things.
Okay, so how much would it cost to add an additional gun? Just for a D6 gun, I guess, is just 1 day?
Now, you have to craft it, and thus it makes it cheaper because you're crafting it, but it takes your time to do it. So for a D6 gun, for crafting, 20.
20. Okay.
20 scrap for you to craft a D6 gun.
So, like, if I had... and a D8 gun would be 3 days for 60. If I was crafting it.
Correct, but you'd have to have the D6 one first.
Yes.
So it's 4 days for 80. Unless you roll really good, and then you can cut that time down. So you're rolling for that. So you had to add the dice on top of whatever is there before.
Okay. So, actually, what I want to do is... I think I just need to wait... Because there's certain things I want the droid to do.
Oh, okay.
And certain things, because I'm not going to do the med bay, because the droid can do the med bay.
Good point.
Because it's not, what?
I can help with the med bay.
And you can... Okay. Because... Right.
So many days left.
So I'm thinking of increasing the lock-on, because something we forgot the last combat was, instead of multiple people shooting, one person should have been locking on, and then somebody else should have been shooting. Right?
And then you add the dice together,
Yeah, then you get to add the dice together. Okay, so what I'll do is so I can catch up to the droid's days, I will spend 1 day making the D6 hacking suite. What would you like me to call it?
Cyber warfare.
Cyber warfare?
Yep.
And that way me and the droid are caught up because there was the extra day for the droid.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So I'll have to make it.
Yep.
Okay.
So it costs 20 scrap.
Sure.
And then, give me rolls. It's 7d6.
Ooh.
Oh God, what's that?
Okay. 14d12. Because it's still crafty.
Yeah.
So that becomes a 12. I rolled an 8 on a d8, a 6 on a d8, a 4 on a d8, a 4 on a d6. Like everything was at least half or more.
It's all coming up, Flinch.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
there's a couple
crazy.
things we
That's
could do here.
really good.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So that's a critical.
There's a couple things, and also you were like 3 steps higher.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a couple things we can do here. You just straight take a gun off of Border Guy's ship and just bolt it onto your ship. It takes 20 minutes. Doesn't even discernibly take time away from you to do that. The gun is on.
Plug and play.
A D6, so you get a D. Oh, okay, so there's a couple different ways we can do this. Their cyber warfare suite. You just take out the box from their ship, plug it into yours. Takes no time to do it. You have D6 cyber warfare.
Perfect.
Nice.
So there's a couple things we can do here.
Yeah.
You can do the same for a gun and just give yourself a D6 gun. Mm-hmm. Let's say like a missile launcher.
Sure.
So that it takes advantage very well of the lock-on system. And this will all take just one day, or it'll take half the time, which was
It was only one day.
it was only one day. So for the whole day, you can do both those things, and you can make one of them a D8, and it'll only cost you 60 additional cogs or additional scrap.
Oh, I'm definitely going to do it. I got that marked off, and I'm gonna go ahead and have the missile launcher at a D8 because that was the thing I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do.
Cool.
Nice.
So we actually have the gun. I've been rolling lucky. I've been rolling.
This is the time to roll good because this is when you're making stuff. Okay, so now you're caught up with Mr. Android.
Yes. Now I'm caught up with Mr. Android. Is everyone else good? Do you want me to just push through with stuff? Anyone can jump in.
So that was the 3 days, but
Now that's the end of day 5.
at the end of day
Yeah,
5.
anything else I would do is just RP stuff, so.
Cool. Yeah, I would be role play stuff too.
Yeah. Now remember, for the 100, because you're getting the Android to get 140 scrap on the pirate ship, so that's going to take his day 5, 6, and 7. It takes him 3 days to do that.
Well, no, because he did 1 day of putting in the sensor suite, 1 day of repairing the hull. Then his next 3 days was the pirate ship, so that takes him to the end of day.
Oh,
so we're matched up.
He didn't do his 3 days before that, so you're matched. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. I got it.
Sweet
Really, mate.
Lord.
That's why I needed 1 day work to match up to him.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just my organization.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, you track it. That's fine.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
That's correct.
Oh no, I was just gonna. It's more so role play because I realized that if we're going to upgrade our medical thing, I've got to clean up after this one.
That's true.
So
you go to the med lab. You're like, okay, cool. I guess if we're fixing this, it'll be. It is a mess. Not a cupboard is left closed.
I'm gonna assume there's
materials-
also blood in places too.
Yeah. It looks like somebody TP'd the place and then squirted some ketchup.
Blood in unexpected places.
There's also a goblin in there.
Why do you mean there's a goblin in there? Why are you in there?
The door's open. Greg looks over and acknowledges and said hi, but he's sitting on a crate. And he has a little table next to him that has like surgical sewing implements.
Oh my god.
And on the floor next to him is a big pile of what seems to be underwear. And he's picking up underwear and he seems to be sorting out the cleanest pairs and cutting them into squares.
I'm going to.
Do laundry.
I am going to just turn around and just yell at the top of my lungs, Diantha!
He's just hanging out with a pile of underwear.
No,
With a gun. What's going on?
With a gun?
I'm just gonna motion to the inside of the medical lab, and I'm just gonna look at her and be like,
What the hell happened in here?
"We have to sanitize everything."
Why are you in here? Why do you pick the room that has to be the cleanest?
So without saying it on camera yet, the RP thing. So Greg's kind of been like, he's been doing stuff.
Yeah.
And then he holds up something to them and goes,
Okay, what do you think about this? Well, it's gonna be a gift.
For who?
It's a surprise.
Well, it can't be for us, I suppose, because you're showing it to us.
Oh, it's not for you. No.
So it's okay. So where does which of these holes are intentional and which ones are not?
Basically, he took the cleanest parts. He took the cleanest pairs of underwear and cut out cloth, and then used surgical sewing and needles.
Only for role playing, I'm assuming.
For role playing, yeah.
Yep.
And this is no way this would be an asset for anybody.
No way at all.
And then stitched it together to make this thing. Can you please? Okay, I'll ask it afterwards. But can you make sure like the front stitching is like a pocket or something? Yes, I can do that for sewer Lindsay. Oh yeah. We can have like a little square that actually like there's a pocket.
You have a pocket square and you're okay.
Like a little pouch.
You need to go do that somewhere else.
Well, I'm pretty much done, so
I'm just gonna get up. He leaves, but he leaves all the underwear and stuff on the front.
I'm gonna go over to it's probably on the floor, a biohazard bag. And I'm gonna pick it up, and I'm just gonna throw all the other underwear, whatever, it's all in the biohazard bag.
I say Diantha knows where that underwear came from.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Everyone's like, "What?"
This can't keep happening.
Thank you for listening to Spacers. Our next episode will air Tuesday, December 3rd with The Call, our Call of Cthulhu's podcast's next episode, Tuesday, November 26th. Both shows will air at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on YouTube, with a live chat premiere before going up on all of our audio services just 1 hour later. For our Ko-fi subscribers, our next Fireside Chat will be Thursday, November 28th. As usual, we'll thank all of our donators over on Ko-fi, including Noah, 3 Slugs in a Trenchcoat, Ed Lore, Rosa, Tyler, The Wee J, James, Matt Calgill, Blizzard Warning, Sydney, Baba Yaga, Preston, TJ, Alec, No Demons Allowed, Autumn, Roland Arts, and a welcome to Chris H. Your players for tonight were Bailey Yarkey, Elizabeth Wells, Janessa Coles, Lindsay Delansky, and Derek Snow. Your GM was Zach Barrett. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you next time.